Well, now you're a Texas wide receiver. Even when you get dismissed from a team, you fall to Washington. We should have known it when he got to Washington and then immediately left. Terrible update, as former Washington and Texas wide receiver Johntay Cook has recently been arrested. Now, these are misdemeanor charges, but it actually kind of bookends a lot of things that we've been talking about with Johntay Cook. We've previously talked about him. We're going to run through his story in a little bit, but the first things first that you need to know is, again, he got kicked off of Washington in less than 48 hours being on campus, and as well as, starting to contribute with Texas, even though he was dropping some passes, he was then dismissed from the team. Now, Sark, said it in a nicer way, in a nicer fashion, but it is what it was. And a lot of people were rumbling about him being a problem, him being an issue in the locker room. And I'm not sure if this confirms it, but it's probably no great look. So we're going to take a dive into this, man. If you enjoy college football content, updates, NIL stuff, transfer portal things, there's a lot of craziness going on. So stay locked in. We're going to get you there. Leave a like on the video if you like it, dislike if you don't like it, subscribe if you enjoy college football content. Let's get into it. So we're going to get into the whole links and things so to get more Pacific like the ocean. But right now, from what we saw in the tweets we've seen, first off, I saw this because y'all know me. I defend Kwame McLean. I defend these young gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's easy to get a bad rap. If you smiling in your mugshot, I can't, you know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of bail I can throw you. Speaking of bail, former Texas and Washington wide receiver Johntay Cook II has been arrested in Tarrant County, Texas for property theft of items between 100 and 750 and interfering with public duties. And by his smile and by this number and by it being a misdemeanor, here's really what happens. And I think this is almost maybe not sadder, right? Because this isn't a Kyron Lacy situation. Yeah, I know we talked about Kyron Lacy. Kyron Lacy made a huge mistake in his life, and probably cost him, if not his NFL draft possibility, he at least cost himself a few spots or a few rounds, right? Even if everything's cool and he gets under there, people are gonna be looking at him a certain way. With this seems to be you just making dumb, boneheaded decisions. And it's sad to see a former 4-star DeSoto state champion, right? And this is a story that's been written a bunch of times, but I think it's even crazier when it's written over silly stuff. What I'm assuming is he got into an altercation, right? This seems to be some pettiness, maybe with a lady. I don't know. He stole property theft. He probably took her phone, right? Or some other stuff like that, or maybe crash them or whatever, and then interfering with public duties. The cops probably came in, and again, we're going to read in detail. This is just me spitballing off what I see, and he was being a butt, probably. He was being me. He was doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. Doing stuff you definitely shouldn't be doing if you just transferred from the University of Texas, not to toot my team's horn, but I mean, a pretty big program in the nation of college football. Then you go to Washington and then seemingly burn that bridge too. You've done that in one transfer portal. Like, what are we doing? Optics. I can't defend anything about this. It's just silly. That's what it is. It's silly. And we should have known when he got dismissed from Texas and start try to cover it up. We're going to read those words. We should have known it when he got to Washington and then immediately left. So let's go deeper into this. We have some facts and stats here. Let's just pop right into it, Like I said, I am happy though this doesn't seem like anything serious, because I hate going on here and talking about actual sad stuff. This is just a dude being a bonehead from what it seems. So here's Tarrant County, Texas. Here's the actual sheet here. So interference with public duties, right? You know what I'm saying? Theft prop. And I don't even think that, he didn't even have a bond. It's a misdemeanor. He's smiling. This is the epitome of just being a butt. Just being a butt. Just being, I don't want to say too much, and an arsehole, a donkey. All right? You're up to no good. You started making trouble in people's neighborhoods. Like, this is crazy. So let's actually hop into the link here. Y'all be inmate searching people, but just into this On3 article. Boom. Can we get there? Can we go there? Oh, we probably are there. It's just probably back here. No, we aren't. Okay. Let's get there. Let's get there quickly. All right, boom. So let's see if On3 has anything else in particular for us. So it says Johntay Cook has been arrested on multiple charges in Texas. According to inmate logs, Tarrant County law enforcement booked Cook into Lawn Evans Correction Center in Fort West, Texas early on Tuesday morning. Those charges against him include a pair of misdemeanors with theft as well as interfering with public. Cook spent the past 2 seasons at Texas. He appeared in 19 games in Austin where he posted 16 receptions for 273 yards, a pair of touchdowns for the Longhorns. They include 8 catches, including his 2 lone scores. That's after Cook was a former 4-star, some people say, prospect out of DeSoto, Texas. He was a number 31 overall recruit in 2023 cycle. And according to the On3 industry stat, is a weighted average that utilized. I don't care about that. Following his past regular season, Cook entered the game into the portal as the number 26 wide receiver, number 120 player. Nearly 3 weeks later, he committed to Washington, but just 2 weeks after he then parted ways. So right now, I guess the biggest details we have are just that what people are saying, right, or the charges. So I'm assuming more details are going to come to see what it is. But I'm really guaranteeing you that's what happened. I guarantee you this is just some silly thing, a dumb, silly mistake. He probably messing with a girl or just getting into it with somebody, right? And if you're gonna come on here smiling at the camera, like, I mean, there's not a lot I can do for you, dog. There's not a lot I can say for you. Happy that it's only a misdemeanor and his career is not over. This is just a rewind before we recap the full story. Just remember what Steve Sarkisian said. So this is back in when he sat and got dismissed from the team, right? Texas football sophomore wide receiver Johntay Cook II has departed from the program by mutual consent. Longhorns coach Steve Sarkisian said on Thursday. Sarkisian said he had nothing but respect for Cook, okay, and his family, and wished him luck in the future. Cook, a DeSoto High School product, was a 5-star prospect in 2023. Yada, yada, yada. They played 14 games. Yachts in yachts in yachts. And the larger question really is about the transfer portal and what the transfer portal enables. One of my most I hate Coach Brian, all right, or Coach JB, whatever, Coach. The reality TV coach, right? I can't do it. But one thing that he has hit the nail on the head is the fact that the transfer portal and the way that it is set up currently has completely robbed any sort of accountability, responsibility for these kids, right? And they're kids at the end of the day. They're 18-year-olds going in here, signing deals, doing all this crazy stuff, trying to get all these big money, right, from these schools. Because these boys getting paid. It's not a buyer's market. It's just usually the buyers have less buying control than the non-buyers and the institutions. But in this case, the buyers are the one. It's confusing. I'm trying to get economical with it. The point is the lack of accountability and lack of enforceableness. That's how you say it? The lack of the NCAA wanting to enforce any rules causes these issues, and I think causes this problem because, again, it would be different if we were sitting here saying, oh, Johntay Cook, he, drop kicked somebody, he power slammed, he was, yapping with the yapper, if you know what I mean. He put that gratata on somebody or something, you know what I mean? I don't want to, YouTube, you know what I mean? I got to be corny about it. You know what I'm saying? If it was something crazy, if it was a Kyron Lacy situation, car crash, all that craziness, I think the conversation is different because that is a person who has an underlying issue. I think this is one of those rare cases where you can look at the transfer portal possibly influencing, right? And kind of aiding him in not growing up. College is supposed to be a wake-up opportunity for these people. It was not a wake-up opportunity for Johntay Cook, who was allowed to immediately transfer out with basically no production at Texas and go to another premier football program, right? Just easily like that. What does that teach him? Oh, it don't really mean nothing. Matter of fact, if I don't get my money, because that's what people are saying. People are saying it was NIL disputes, and that's why he was in and up out of there in a few weeks. Maybe Wisconsin, or not Wisconsin, maybe Washington saw what Sark saw. I don't know. But we've created a nasty, the NCAA has created a nasty situation where I think these kids what are we teaching them at all? And I don't think it should be our job to teach them. I think it's either unamateurism them and make them professionals and treat them as such and make contracts happen so people can't just transfer twice, transfer out, and then go get a misdemeanor. And basically, unless you want to go back to JUCO, son, unless you want to go get coached by Coach JB in the reality TV show, it's not looking hot for you. It's not looking too hot for you. I hate to see this from Johntay Cook. Again, a little recap here. He was out there. This is hilarious. New Husky wide receiver. New Husky wide receiver. He was there for 2 days, 2 weeks, just 18 days after committing to Washington, roughly 48 hours after arriving on campus. Former Texas Longhorn DeSoto 5-star wide receiver has parted ways with Washington. Nothing about what he's done is a good look. And, of course, he was out there shouting out Colorado. He was trying to get with Colorado, too. Man, he was just fishing for stuff, dog. He tried to take on Quinn Ewers when he got offered that money. I don't know, dog. It's some nasty stuff going on here, man. Some nasty stuff. I wish the best for him. Again, this is a misdemeanor. Apparently, he just stole something and did whatever. I literally think he probably got in an argument with somebody, took their phone, whatever, was being a mean person to his lady, and he probably got the cops called on him. Doing something he shouldn't be doing. He should be out there working out. Transfer portal spring window's about to be open. Yeah, you're going to be paying fines doing it. So, hopefully he figures it out, man. If y'all, enjoy these videos, man, let me know. Leave a like on the video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. We're going to keep you updated on everything transfer portal NIL related. Subscribe, hit that bell icon, and we will see you the next time, man.